All right, welcome back to the MORE.DIRT 359 YouTube channel. Today, well, I guess first off, my name's Morse. For those of you who do not know, I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing. 13-year HVAC service technician, switched to dirt guy. Learned all the stuff basically off YouTube videos and just going on figuring stuff out. This is my setup, 2015 F350, tuned, deleted, built trans, airbags, 22 foot, 16K, Diamond C, pintle hitch trailer, 70-inch hydro bucket, 72-inch land plane from Express Steel. This is shot CMP my boys. Where is it at? Yeah, it's backwards. Anyway, CMP. And then 2020, I think it's a 21. Yeah, 21 Kubota FVL5 7-2. Express Steel 4-in-1. I got Express Steel snow pile somewhere over there and another normal bucket. I said all that to say this. In this video, I'm going to show you guys and go over how I learned how to estimate. Estimating and quoting jobs was by far the most difficult thing I had ever learned, because in heavy equipment excavation, there's a million scopes of work. There's so many different things you can do, and pricing those jobs accordingly is to not lose money or not to overbid is very, very difficult. And it took me, I'll be honest with you, about 18 months to figure out to do it an efficient way and be fair. What's up guys, Cole here, aka MORE.DIRT. Just want to give you a little overview of the EA site and what you pay for and why I recommend it. Not only is there once a week meetings on Zoom, there's a classroom that has everything from estimating, operations, scaling, how your taxes should work, rental versus leasing equipment, so much real life advice that you can't get from everybody. And this is one turnkey operation, $200-something a month. Discount code Cole saves you 10%. And this helped me scale my business comfortably in a quick time, and I wish I had this when I first started. Any questions, message me in time or comment below, EA, and we could be in touch. So the first thing I did when I started learning or wanting to learn how to estimate is started on the YouTube game, just YouTube and excavation companies, tips and tricks how to estimate, do this and that. And Digging Life 21, I think, was I came across one of his videos about how he was a Sunbelt driver and he became an excavation guy. So he had a CDL, he learned how machines worked. Then he started going out how he priced jobs. And so I watched that video and I got some good insight. But his operation was not like my operation. He has a dump truck and tag trailers and he hauls his own material. So that form of estimating would work, but not really, because I didn't have a dump truck. So my line of work was a little bit different. I'll keep this pretty short and sweet. So the simplest way to get your pricing to how much you should charge for a machine is call around. I would at least do 3 equipment rental companies and just say, for a 75 horse machine, call in there and get a day rate for a 75 horse machine and see what that costs to rent. And I would go in there, I would call in there and say, hey, how much is it to deliver it and pick it up, all that deal? How much is it per day? So that way you have a base price. This is how much it costs if someone else is going to rent this. That way, when you're quoting work, if you're within that realm just for your equipment, you're pretty fair. You see what I'm saying? That way you're not pricing yourself too high, too low. You're going to be real similar, because I think it's been so long since I ran a skid steer. I think it's like $570 or $670 a day with delivery back and forth. You're probably around $900 plus fuel in it. You're probably $1,000. So that's just for a base skid steer with no attachments. So that gives you a base to go off of when you're quoting stuff. That's probably the best way to get your equipment costs just off the ground, just day one, like, how am I gonna do this starting out? As you get going and you start transport equipment back and forth, you figure out how long it takes you to unload and load, chain and boomer, strap down, all that stuff that takes a low machine. You figure out that takes time and money. So what I recommend doing is, when you're loading and transporting machines, include that in your price. So let's just say, for instance, you're doing a 40 by 60 pole-borne pad, you're cutting topsoil off, stage topsoil on property, nothing's getting hauled off. You bring in gravel, I don't know, let's just say you bring in 8 tons of stone. What I would do is take the 8 tons of stone plus 15% on top of the stone, just because. So regardless whether I add 15% on stone or something else, I always add a 15% like ignorance tax, because there's always going to be something that does not go your way on a job. Just go ahead and figure that in, but you don't want to lose money. So somewhere in the job, I always add 15% just in case, just a cushion, you know what I mean? So for instance, I'll break it down as simple as possible. 60 by 40, pole barn pad, rip topsoil off, topsoil stays on property. You bring in 8 tons of stone, add 15% for the 8 tons of stone. You figure out how much, say it's gonna take you 2 days, 2 days with this, and then in the 2 days with that, include a transportation fee. So let's just say it's 125 there, 125 back. That's what I do, if it's within a certain radius. So I'll do 125, $125 there, $125 back. I'll include that in my price and get that calculated. And then when I write the estimate, I'll literally will just go on this, but I'll write pole barn pad, 40 by 60. And I'll bullet point what I'm going to do, and then I'll at the bottom I'll have a total. But in all the bullet points I list what I'm going to do, I have one total price at the end. I don't itemize each thing. I just say strip off topsoil, store dirt on site, bring in an adequate amount of gravel, grading and compacting of said gravel, and then multi-day equipment rate, transport. And I don't even put transportation. I just put multi-day equipment rate, labor, and then I put a little hashtag, a little star. It says, someone just texted me, sorry. And then it says, a little star, little hashtag says, price subject to change if additional work is added while M&M Earthworks is on site. Because there's always that customer that's like, hey, while that's here, I got a tree that's down in the woods, yada, 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 will you go do that? It's never a 5-minute deal. It's never 5 minutes. It's always it's always a pain in the butt. Now, if it is a 5-minute deal, okay, but if it's going to take you an extra 2 or 3 hours, you have to think about that, because every time this machine's running, it costs you money, and your time is worth money. Now, when you're getting into jobs and you have more material, say you're doing like a downspout job or a drain job, you're doing a French drain, you're going to have more materials, more different types of materials. So let's say you need to go get pipe out, a different location, supply house, whatever. Once you get a quote on material at a supply house, always add your state sales tax to that price, because sometimes, this has happened to me before, sometimes you'll call and get a quote on pipe, and the supply house will give you a quote before tax. Always add tax. One time I did a job, it was like 730 foot of 4-inch schedule 35 pipe, and I didn't add sales tax. I called the supply house. They told me the price for the pipe. I just wrote that price in when I was figuring up the job. Then when I went to get it, it was 7% more than that, which is a lot of money back when schedule 35 was through the roof. It ended up being a significant amount of money that I did not have calculated and losing. So always add sales tax. And then always, also, when you're typing up your numbers, when you're doing your bids with your actual calculator, when you're typing up everything, figuring up stuff, think about the time it takes you to go pick the pipe up and bring it to the job site. Because all that time when you're driving, you have to be making money for that. You can't do that for free. So just like the transportation equipment, I try to do my truck and trailer without my machine on there. I just go ahead and figure $90 an extra hour. That's just what I do. It might be too less, it might be too much, depending on where you're at, what you're doing. But I just say I'm going to an hour there, an hour back to get material. I'll just add an extra $180 into my bid per transportation. So if I have to go get materials twice, I add, $90 4 times, because there and back. So you just have to think about that stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes the going to get material stuff, you get additional, and when you're on the job site, you get like, oh crap, I need to go get that. I didn't think about that. And that's why I said earlier, you add a 15% cushion, no matter what. You just add an extra 15% to cover your butt. So business work is difficult, but once you get a system down, you have an idea of how to do it and basically what your monthly operating cost is. So that's another thing I suggest do, is break down your monthly operating cost and then divide it, 40 hours a week. So divide it by, 160, I guess. So you just do 160 hours a month. Let's say you're going to work. Take your operating costs, what it costs you to run, your phone bill, your truck, trailer, insurance, everything you have, whatever you own. Take that number, the total per month, divide it by 160, and that's how many working hours you have to have at minimum per that month to pay your bills. So that gives you a whole number of what to work off of to where you don't lose money. So, business work is difficult, but once you get a system down, you have an idea of how to do it and basically what your monthly operating cost is. So that's another thing I suggest do, is break down your monthly operating cost and then divide it by your monthly operating cost. So you just have to think about that stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes the going to get material stuff, you get additional, when you're doing I'll try and make more videos like this as I keep going and as I learn more, because I'm still learning. Like I'm still, you know, this is my 3rd year, 4th year, I think, at this. I learn something new every day. I'm never not going to learn. I mean, I'm a human being. My mind's open. I make mistakes, you learn. You make mistakes, you learn. That's just part of it. I lose money, I make money. It's just, you're in business, you know, you're going to have peaks and valleys, ups and downs, left and right. So, all right, well, I'm going to, at some point in this video, I put up a picture. I'm hoping I would have put a picture up of what an example looks like. If you guys want that example, a picture of that example is emailed to you, email me. My email's below, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. I'll just send you an example of an estimate. And that's, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to show you. This example is what I send to people in this kind of work, and you can get an idea and use that to go off of. So, as always, I genuinely appreciate you guys watching. My channel is growing a lot, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. I'm a one-man operation. I'm learning something new every day. And like I always say, you put God first, family second, work third, and your life will prosper. If God wants you to do this, you will do this. Because some days I still struggle every day with, am I supposed to do this? Am I making the right decision? And I wrestle with those thoughts and fight the demons every day, because we battle with the flesh every day. God is here to help us, but when you turn to God, the enemy tries to put you down. It's just part of life. So without God, I couldn't be here. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching my videos. And if you enjoy what I do, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, whatever you got to do. But I guess I'll do it for this one, boys. We'll catch you later. See ya.